Hi, welcome to our City Director overview and what that entails. My name is Michelle Fletcher. I am the founder of the Holistic Business Network. This network was created 2 years ago after a year of having these amazing events where we brought holistic health and wellness businesses together and really got to showcase and spotlight what they did. And out of that came a demand for people to connect with those businesses. And so a year later, we formed the Holistic Business Network. We've been having events around the country. We are currently in 7 states, and we are looking to expand. And that is why we're having this Zoom today, to give an overview to anyone who is interested in partnering with us and being a city director in the area. So I am going to turn this over now to our Chief Business Strategist, Federa Tiart. She is the brainchild behind a lot of the things that we do at the Holistic Business Network. And so she is going to share more. Oh, you're muted.
Awesome, Michelle. Do you want to go to the next slide?
Oh,
So before we get started, we're just going to take a quick moment. Michelle touched on some key points about who she is and who the Holistic Business Network is, but we're going to go into it a little bit more. And before we do that, I just want everyone to be mindful of what their goals and their intentions are for their holistic health and wellness business. So what did you plan for at the beginning of the year? What were some ways that you thought about growing your network? What were some ways that you thought about increasing business and increasing sales? Or you may even be in a space where you are just getting started with growing your network, or you just got into a new business. So I want you to take those thoughts, jot them down really quickly, just one word or two to remind you of what it is that your goals and intentions are, and to kind of just staple them right here at the top of your head so that they don't leave you as you listen to the remainder of this presentation. And the point of this is to see where you see yourself fitting in at, because this opportunity isn't for everyone. It is for a specific type of individual who embodies the values, the beliefs, the intentions of the Holistic Business Network and the holistic health and wellness industry overall. So now that we've done that, we'll hand it back over to Michelle so that she can go to the next slide and tell us a little bit more about her background, who she is, and why she really started down this journey of the Holistic Business Network and the Holistic Health and Wellness networking experiences.
okay. Thank you, Q. I like setting that intention. That's so good. So like I mentioned earlier, I am the founder of the Holistic Business Network. I also have 13 plus years experience in the health and wellness arena. I am a leader in a global health and wellness company, nutritional company, and I'm also a certified health coach. I have been on main stages. I have been on multiple marketing materials and commercials and videos for the company I'm partnered with. I have a background in IT. So in my IT days, I actually was the person that controlled some of the largest data sets in the entire country. I actually processed that information. And then most recently, I was a data manager for a $94 million contract. And so I was in charge of collecting the data for an emergency situation in the area. And so, and had a team of people that reported to me. I'm also a Toastmaster. I have a lot of things under my belt, and I use all of my experiences to bring a lot of wisdom and knowledge to the Holistic Business Network and the businesses that decide to collaborate and connect, because I've learned a lot of things over the years of being an entrepreneur. I came from the corporate space, now I'm in entrepreneurship, so I have a feel for both sides, and I just know a lot of the things that I experienced as an entrepreneur I try to help entrepreneurs in the space avoid those or give them a better environment in which to grow. And so that is why I got into this. I felt there was a need, and I actually saw the need when people were asking me for resources and just a way to connect. And bringing like minds together in this space has truly been incredible. There's a lot of connection and collaboration that we strongly encourage, and we love to see the partnerships and the growth that happens amongst individuals that are part of this, and even our city directors. I mean, we have Larissa on here. She's one of our newest city directors, and she, if you know her, she's an amazing personality. She's such a people person, and she has already been bringing people together in her environment, and now she's able to do that on a larger scale and connect people and bring a lot of value to people with all the skill sets that she has. So that is who I am.
And so, Michelle, in the next slide, I know that we're talking about what the Holistic Business Network is. Can you tell us what was your mindset back in 2020? Was it 2020? 2021, when you decided that you wanted to, start these events where you thought they were just going to be right here where you are. But tell us, what was that big event that was happening and how you took that big event and made it an opportunity to connect?
Well, the big event we all know around the world, right, was the pandemic of 2020. And being in the health and wellness space for 13 years, at that point, I had been in that space for 9 years. I started to get really frustrated with the information that was being shared, through media. And I was just like, why are they talking about only one solution to this pandemic? Like, I have connected with so many holistic practitioners, holistic services, and products. And I myself share ways for people to really improve their health through nutrition. And so I was wondering, why are we not hearing more of those things? Why are we not hearing more of the natural methods to help people improve their health? And so because I had made so many valuable connections and relationships over the years, I said, I'm going to bring together some of the best of people I know in the health and wellness arena. Some people may have thought, hey, wouldn't that be competitive with the things that you do? But I didn't see it that way. I feel like knowledge is power. And the more information you have, the more that you can use to your benefit. So I decided I was going to have events, and I was going to bring in some of the best in the mental health arena, in the holistic practitioner arena, and also in, just other things that can bring value to people in their health, in their mindset, all of those things. And that's what I started doing in September of 2021. We had our first event, and it was a smaller, more intimate event. We had about 23 people, but they were absolutely raving about what we had done. And they just loved the feel of the event, how they made really strong connections with people because they got to know them during what you see here, our speed networking portion. And so from there, just me wanting to help people in the community learn of these solutions has grown into so much more. By our second event, people were asking me, how did they get in contact with people that were a part of the event, different vendors and collaborators? They were asking for that. And so that's when a light bulb moment happened. And I was like, I guess I need to have a resource for these people. And so the network was a conversation me and Cordera had. Didn't have any idea about having a network, but, she kind of realized, because she has the experience and expertise in all these things, that, hey, you need to have a network and you can be a resource for people. And so there wasn't anything else really happening in our area with this outside of other chambers. So that is what we have created. And we have definitely coined the term that we're way better than a chamber. You go to a chamber event, and what happens at the chamber event stays at the chamber event. What happens in a holistic business network happens on a larger scale outside of our events. We are giving you visibility however we can in multiple ways, and giving you many options to be a part of different ways that you can help to get your name and your brand out there.
And so, if you can hear, Michelle really founded the network off of wanting to make sure that other professionals, business owners, practitioners in the space had the opportunity to connect, because at that time during the pandemic and post pandemic, everyone was still operating in a silo type of mindset. Now, the truth is that both of us have been in business for a little over 13 years now. And the truth is that most business owners, even pre-pandemic, thought that they needed to work alone. There wasn't a spirit of collaboration. But what that pandemic did was help people realize, you know what? I don't want to work alone. I don't want to move in a silo. I don't want to be, Drake, no new friends. I want to connect with people. And they began to see the fruitfulness in connecting and collaborating with other business owners, because there's lots of money to be made, an infinite amount of money to be made, and we can make it together. So the Holistic Business Network, we intentionally curate and cultivate connections, collaborations, partnerships, all in a spirit and an effort to have holistic health and wellness as an industry grow. One of our missions that we always talk about is helping holistic health and wellness businesses become the mainstream. I'm not going to say anything about the other guys. I'm just going to say our focus is to help you all become the mainstream. And if you go to the next slide, you'll see one of our members who I think has been with us since the very beginning. If she wasn't with us since the very beginning, she definitely came around very quickly.
Mhm.
And that is Dr. Lauren, just to give you, a few examples of how the people in our network are able to grow and thrive, and what our city directors can potentially look forward to by becoming city directors as well. So this is Dr. Lauren. She's a doctor of physical therapy right here in my home state of Florida. And just by being a member of the network, she has been able to gain multiple clients from within the network and outside of the network, because our members support one another, but then they also spread the word in addition to the visibility that we give them online, through one of our amazing partnerships, who we'll mention later, and through social media and just good old referrals as well. Dr. Lauren has been able to secure a podcast deal from being a member of the network and the connections that we have in the network. She's had magazine features. She's been able to write for a magazine, and she's also been a guest speaker from people within the network as well, from members within the network as well. And then we come to Dr. Michael. Now, Dr. Michael is not a member of the network, but he has certainly benefited like he is one, just from being a part of the holistic health and wellness networking experiences. He was one of the, maybe by the third event, Michelle, second or third event. Is that second event? Third event. He was a vendor at our third event. And because the events treated him so well, he kept coming back for more and more and more, because the people that come to our events are high energy. We are high energy people over here at the Holistic Business Network. Oh, I did it again. How did I do that again? Okay. So he did not secure multiple clients. I mean, he did not secure a
No, this is
podcast deal, but he did
yeah.
secure multiple clients, and he was able to grow his business exponentially in just a matter of a year from doing our events, which at that time was only quarterly. This is some of our interviews. Every time we have a holistic health and wellness networking experience, our goal and our intention is to have media interviews, media coverage for our attendees, some of our attendees, right? Our sponsors and our vendors. This is Coach Lauren, who became a member of the network. She helps people get free from alcohol, right? So we have all kinds of folks inside of the network and attending our events. She's helping people get free from alcohol, which is a holistic activity all on its own. In the next one, we have Christine Lewis, who is the yoga boss, and she has been a phenomenal yoga leader in the yoga space for over a decade. I want to say longer, but over a decade. She has been helping people deepen their yoga practice. We partnered up with her twice or three times to have events at her space, guided stretch 3 times. And we provided her with an interview. We also, because of the partnership, was able to secure her magazine advertisements. And really just the goal here, I want to make sure y'all get the goal. The goal is to help holistic health and wellness professionals, practitioners, business owners go mainstream, get you the visibility that you need, get you the clients that you need and want and desire, to also have major impact in the financial part of your businesses so that more people can get the word out, more people can get the message that there are alternatives. Somebody should mute. I don't know who it is. Here's Michelle. She most recently have started, well, I say most recently, but the truth is Michelle has tons of videos on her pages, but we are ramping up for increased visibility for our members as well, where we're doing more YouTube interviews with them, more YouTube podcasts. And this is just one of the ones that Michelle did, talking about, is your health business stuck? Making sure she points out some key things that you need to do in your holistic health and wellness business, so the right people who are suffering can know that you have an alternative solution for them. So as Michelle said, we're currently operating across 7 states in the United States of America. Michelle, you want to tell us about these states? I probably didn't get all of them, but let me see. Do I have the majority of them?
The majority, missing South Carolina, Maryland, the DMV area. So that's DC, Maryland, Virginia. But for the rest, we're looking good. I feel like I'm missing something too. I'm missing somewhere. But yeah, it's expanding significantly. And let me tell you, these newer locations, the reception they're getting from bringing these events to their space is incredible. Like we had an event in Maryland the beginning of August, and the event was sold out like a week in advance. And people were raving about the event. Like, it was phenomenal. So it's definitely a need in these areas. And so that's why we're looking to expand and grow the network that we have even more, so that we can be in partnership with a lot more amazing businesses in this space.
Now, as we continue through just a short bit more of this presentation, I want to point out to you all that this business, this opportunity has continued to grow by demand. It's not like, oh, this was something, we just wanted to do. Michelle had a vision. She wanted to connect people. She knew some people that wanted to get out. Once people saw that, she was out there providing alternative solutions, connecting people, helping them find ways to collaborate, they said, well, we want more. How do we keep this going? So then she started the network, giving more training, more visibility. And then when people saw that, then they're calling her from all parts of the globe saying, how can I do this too? How can I be a part of this too? So that's how these other chapters started to open up and open up and open up. So there is a demand, there is a want, there is a desire from people to connect with other holistic minded business owners and figure out ways to grow and thrive. These are not all the states and all the cities that we're looking for. I'm just shouting out some of the major cities, right? But we have folks in places that you haven't even necessarily heard of. But we're just shouting out the major cities so that you guys know there is an opportunity here. In the next slide, so we're ready to expand. And then so me, y'all probably wondering who I am, right? I am Quadira T. Art, the Chief Business Strategist, and I am the CEO and founder of Manifest Her Media, actually Manifest Her Media and Marketing, which is a media company for female entrepreneurs. And I'm also the founder and publisher of Feel Well Magazine, which is a health and wellness and lifestyle magazine. We focus on mind, body, and business for leaders and business owners. And for the last 13 years, I have been a business, brand, and marketing strategist for female entrepreneurs and some health and wellness companies. But most recently, it has been a lot of health and wellness companies. So yeah, that's a little bit about me. Now, I thought this was a great introduction to me so that you can understand this partnership with Feel Well Magazine. Feel Well Magazine was started almost 2 years ago. LinkedIn just reminded me 2 years ago. We published quarterly, and Michelle was on our very, very, very first cover. The Holistic Business Network was featured inside of this magazine, and we deemed her Plant Lady of the Year. But actually, we didn't deem her that. The people did. They had been calling her Plant Lady forever already. You can go to the next slide. And so what this partnership does, by the way, go back, Michelle. What this partnership with Feel Well Magazine does is it really helps the members of the network build credibility, build authority, have an outlet to get their messages out and across the world. It helps folks that are trying to build their credibility as writers, position themselves as, larger than life if they're trying to get other media opportunities and things like that. And it just helps you really be a part, as Michelle always says, of something bigger than you just operating and moving by yourself. And the one thing me and Michelle did not mention was that our partnership even began because she had something that I needed and I had something that she needed. She wanted business strategy and coaching, and I wanted to get healthier and lose weight and try to get out of postpartum depression. And it was in my time working with her that I said to her one day, Michelle, I just want to feel well. And then let her tell the story, I don't know, 3 months later or something. I was like, girl, I'm starting a magazine and it's called Feel Well.
It was less than 3 months. It was like within weeks. It like clicked. And I was like, that's pretty amazing. And you just came up with the concept and put it into this. And now this magazine, there's been 5 publications, 4 or 5, and they're incredible. Oh my goodness, they keep getting better and better. And the people that are featured, phenomenal people in the space, like entrepreneurial space. So it is really just a high-end magazine that if you're a part of it, it makes you look really, really good.
Yes. Thank you, Michelle. So in the next slide, let's see. So now I want you to go back to your goals, right? I want you to go back to your intentions and your goals. And I want you to think about what you really said that you wanted, you desired, what you're focused on for this year. And many of the things that we mentioned here, I want you to think about, did you hear any key words that connected with who you are wanting to become, where you are wanting your business to go? Now, based on that, in the next slide, I can tell you that the things that you probably want, you are going to need, Michelle, in the next slide.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No problem. The things that you want, you are going to need more leads, more connections, and strategic partnerships. Now, if you didn't know you needed that, I want to tell you, as a business strategist, or as Michelle calls me, a business coach, I want to tell you that you're going to need that. Go to the next slide. More leads, more connections, strategic partnerships. What is that? What do those 3 things all have in common? They have people in common. Despite what anyone thinks about anything in the world, on the planet, whatever you think you knew, whatever you thought you were going to do, there's no way of you getting around it without people. But the thing that I want you to focus on is that you need the right people, specific people, strategic people. You need your people. Don't go around trying to convert people into the holistic health and wellness space. Go to the people that already have the people that you desire, who like holistic health and wellness stuff already. So that's my business tip for the day, right? Myron Golden says that the more of The more people we have in our network, the more we can thrive financially by creating a tribal wealth community. And I say the more of the right people, the more strategic people, right? The more of your people you have in your network, the more you can thrive financially. And yes, I know us holistic people, we always like to say, "Oh, I just want to make an impact and I want to help people." You do, but you also want to make money. Okay? So, next slide. So the benefits, me and Michelle are going to share these thoughts here, but the benefits of you becoming a city director, Michelle is always reminding me these top two words are her words, is that you're really going to be able to build credibility, right? And people want to work with, they want to buy from, they want to partner with, collaborate with people that they think are at their level or that they think are above them. People rarely want to partner with people that they think are doing worse than. I'm not going to say better. I'm going to say doing worse than them. They're partnering strategically for a lift up, a pull up, or that they can pull up together. So credibility, authority, leadership. Michelle, I'll let you take the visibility parts.
So increased visibility, which is something we focus on overall within the network. So our members, we love to focus on giving them increased visibility, but we know as a city director, you being at the front of the room gives you increased visibility. The footage you're gonna have after an event, people seeing what you're doing is giving you increased visibility, and it really attracts people to you. So I've been in this entrepreneurial space for a long time, and one thing I know is very hard is to have to go and find your people. What's easier is when you're a lighthouse and you attract those people to you. So that's what happens when you are a city director and when you are, connected to something that seems bigger than just yourself, which is the Holistic Business Network. We see it happen time and time again.
So, okay. So now I kind of moved by the spirit, y'all. If you become a city director or a member, you'll kind of get to know me a little bit more. But something I want to tell you so that we're clear on something, because I didn't say this in the beginning. I want to be clear about something. This is not a sales pitch. This is a value add for you, okay? So the true purpose of this is to let you know if you fit or if you don't fit, because you might not fit, and it's not anything personal. We just might not be a fit. So I just want to make sure that we're hitting on key things so that you understand if you are a fit or if you're not a fit, right? Because as Michelle says, all holistic ain't holistic. Okay, inside jokes here. I'm sorry, y'all. Okay, so full access to the membership is what you get as a city director, right? At City Director Savings. So our current membership at this time is $997. City directors do not get in at $997, and you're getting even more value, right? By being at the front of the room versus in the room, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's really a smart decision to me. Revenue sharing opportunities, cross promotions. We want to promote you as much as possible in whatever it is you're doing, as long as it's within alignment with the Holistic Business Network values and disciplines, right? We want to promote you. You have something going on, let us know. Nobody is better than shouting somebody out than Michelle. She is the OG of this. She's the best. So cross promotions, collaborative opportunities. You can collaborate with other people. We shout this from the rooftops, from the rooftops, from the rooftops. Me and Michelle, outside of the Holistic Business Network, just in my business alone, my other businesses have been able to be so profitable by collaborating with one another, sharing, what I was doing or something I was promoting, and she shared it with her audience. And we were able to capitalize on just a couple $1,000s in 1 week, maybe 2 weeks, but no more than 2 weeks. But I think it was 1 week.
It was 1
Yeah,
week.
1 week? Okay, 1 week.
Mm-hmm.
You get access to member trainings, not just led by myself, not just led by Michelle, but also by other leaders in their industry. And it's not just health and wellness. it's people in the financial sector, people in marketing who teach you about social media, teaching you about the legalities of running your business, all kinds of things across all industries. Because even though we're in the holistic health and wellness space, we still need things that are outside of the holistic health and wellness space. You get to build your email list by doing these trainings. So Michelle runs them on Eventbrite, and she runs the events on Eventbrite. And what happens is she has all of the events across all of the cities and states on one Eventbrite page. So literally, if you had a vendor, or um, if you had someone that you were working with and you really wanted to help get them some visibility, let's say you're a PR agent for health and wellness companies and you're looking to connect with more holistic health and wellness companies, you would be a really great city director, believe it or not. And now you're getting access to people who are business owners that need your PR services, and you can get access to each person that signs up as a vendor and as an attendee, and you get to, don't spam them, don't ruin the reputation of HBN, okay? But you get to connect with them, deepen the connection with them. You guys see how this is working? If you do, I would love for you to put your hands up in the Zoom. So, and then you also get access to the Feel Well magazine partnership, and through HBN, we're going to be growing and distributing the magazine nationally. So it'll, you know, continue to give you more credibility and authority. To become a city director, in the next slide, I believe it should say that the membership rate, instead of the $997, is $250. You must apply and be approved. Just because you showed up on this training or this overview today does not mean that you are approved. You just came to get the information that we happily wanted to give to you. So you're going to now, if you are interested, you're going to apply, and hopefully Michelle can drop it in the chat if she can. If it's free on your screen, you can drop the application in the chat. Select the application link and go ahead and fill it out. It's not that many questions, and I believe it's going to also set you up with a time to talk to Michelle so that she can vet you. She's very big on vetting not only the city directors, but everybody, y'all. She's big on vetting everybody. The city directors, she's big on vetting the vendors. She's big on kind of sort of vetting the attendees. Like, she likes to see, oh, who was this person that signed up, so that we can really match make and make sure everyone is in alignment, right? Because that's the key to connecting and collaborating. Once we have all of our city directors set up, y'all, we have this really cool, exciting, amazing weekend prepared for you all, where we are going to have a full weekend of training in Miami. It's going to be so lit and highly energized. You're going to get all of your materials. You're going to get training that's going to help you grow your business, because the entire purpose and focus of this is for you to grow your business, whatever it is that you do, alongside growing with the Holistic Business Network. This is not meant to just grow the Holistic Business Network. This is meant to grow you and your business. And we just getting some of the benefits of it, right? So that's a really exciting weekend we're looking forward to. You'll get promotional materials, and it's time to grow your network, y'all. Let's see, we got any more slides? I think we might have one more. Oh, that's it. I was right. So this is the Holistic Business Network. If anyone has any questions, I think we have maybe just five minutes or so for questions. And I'll probably let Michelle answer them. Anyone got questions or thoughts?
Just a quick FYI, this amazing picture is from Larissa's first event in Miami earlier this month, and it was like such an amazing event, and she did amazing. So I believe Larissa's still on here. Thank you, Larissa. You can see her in the yellow. She looks gorgeous. but it was so awesome. And she brought that, we helped to bring that all together with her. And now I think she's ready to fly.
And we have
I'm going to stop.
Absolutely.
And Larissa, because of your event, we have a potential city director on here who may be doing events in London. She came to check it out, but she came to your event. Michelle, you want to?
Yeah.
Nyla's in there somewhere.
There's
Nyla's
actually two in here that
really?
joined that. Well, one, Nyla from London, and then I have somebody that I met online too that I vetted, because you know the vetting process matters. And he's from Luxembourg, and he is very passionate about acupuncture and marketing for them as well. And then somebody else from Alabama that is also. I thought this would be of value for them because of the work that they do, and just putting them in a position like this gives them leverage. So that's why I wanted them to hop on. But yeah, I got a little gang on here. I'm a little happy about that.
Hey,
Oh, that's what Larissa
Luxembourg.
does.
Hey, Alabama.
Yes. We're representing around the world. I love it. And then I see Tatiana's on from LA, California. Hey, Tatiana. And hey, Kamisha. Kamisha was in Florida. Now, are you still in South Carolina?
I'm in Tennessee. I'm back and forth.
Oh, oh my goodness. So we have some amazing people on here. For all of you that came a little late, we can always send you the recording so you can catch the beginning part. But if you have any questions, feel free to ask. I'm so glad Larissa's here as a city director and a new city director to get her to share her experience. Do you want to share anything, Larissa?
Yeah, I think this is a really good position. Like, I like that slide of the value that we spoke about, because as a city director, not only giving you that credibility and authority, when you're in a position like that and you're passionate about what you're doing, it naturally will attract. Because even for the first event, I remember I was still a little like shaky the same week of everything, but naturally, like, all that energy had attracted itself, and we had such a great turnout. What I love about it is that when I am talking to people about it, and I'm, you know, talking about like being a city director for a holistic business network, for one, it's like, wow, why wasn't anybody doing that before? It kind of feels like that Starbucks idea where, like, we had Dunkin', but Starbucks just came in and did it better. But being able to actually have something specific for this space, especially after the pandemic, it was very powerful, and people always want to know more because they're looking for that information. So now providing them with the ability to become a city director, and just knowing that we're already around the nation, like, it just feels like, wow, I want to be a part of this and support it. And my mission as somebody studying acupuncture is to bring those people together. And so this gives me the avenue of not only within the space that I am specific in, but now collaborating with all professionals and seeing how we can work cohesively. Because I'm also working on the end of with Western to be like, how do we find this merge and have like this whole medical revolution? So this is something that I feel like is a strong facilitator in that goal. So I think like everything was in alignment. I mean, when we got on the phone, I was just like, listen, whatever it is if I can support, I'm very resourceful. I can connect to a lot of different things, you know, like, I know, with the space that I work out of, or the hub, like, you know, you guys got to start, I know, I don't know if it's just Quidera that's doing her podcast, but, you know, just being able to make those connections and invite people so that they can also create and just share the word is like the biggest thing for me. So I love that I provide value and I gain value. And I think that's the biggest thing in this network.
Yo, you know what just came to my mind when Larissa just said that?
What?
Money moves.
Money moves.
Money moves. And so if you are trying to have impact, and if you're trying to make more money, you have to be a part of something that moves, because money moves. Money doesn't stay still. Right?
Ooh, I just got chills on me right there.
Money doesn't stay still. So money goes where there's energy, where there's like, you know, movement.
Yeah.
You know, because what I heard you saying, because y'all know how my brain works, what I heard you saying when we're talking about, oh, Nyla's on here and Luxembourg is on here, Alabama is on here, and then we made this connection over here, and then we went to the hub over there. With all of that is money moving. That's money moving. Yeah. What? Okay, I'm done.
And I think like, and especially, you know, I'm talking specific to my people, is like the reason why I thought the city director, at least learning about this position or learning about the network for them, would be useful is like a way to funnel into their business for what they do, even though it's specific. Just having yourself as an advocate in the community or like as a leader, now you've gained even more credibility, and now you have a specific service that everybody's like, oh wait, I need help or I need education. And then you have a platform that's not only limited to your city, but if we have these webinars, now you're able to provide knowledge for people, and it just gives a lot more support in that way for them. And that's why I thought it was like, okay, I love that I happened to hop on calls with them. I was telling them how like, okay guys, I have this space and I think it actually works. And today I literally last minute messaged them and they hopped on. So thank you both, Christian and Danny. But it was serendipitous because I had two other people that I was like, oh, they're actually in holistic business, and these two are actually like in the marketing aspect. And I think that being able to provide that knowledge in the holistic space is a very powerful tool. And then, you know, if we're a nation and worldwide global, now you just expanded your ability to market to them and then teach them what to do specifically to their business. So there's so much movement, like you said, that was perfectly said. Definitely the movement is where we want to go, in the holistic space especially. So
I love that, Larissa. And that's exactly what we encourage. Like, that is, you know, how I got started, is just being that lighthouse for people, and then seeing how other people saw that and wanted to join and do it also. And now they're a lighthouse in their communities. And now you're connected on such a larger scale outside of your community. So it's amazing. So I strongly encourage, I don't know if anyone else has any questions. Oh, there's something in the chat. Oh, Tatiana saying hi. But I'll give 5 more seconds if you have a question, and then we can close out. 5, 4, 3.
Just remember, in order to build any business you have, you need leads. And my very first event that my very first way that I got leads were from events. It's a standard, typical strategy for business that most people don't know how to do successfully. And so by partnering with the Holistic Business Network, dang, I keep missing my recording for these things. By partnering with the Holistic Business Network, you give yourself an opportunity to learn how to not have to do it alone, because we give a lot of feedback and training, and you get this playbook that will tell you how to do the event successfully. We're replicating success around the country. It's not anything new you have to come up with on your own. It's just you replicating the successes that we've already had, and getting paid to do it, getting new leads to do it, and increasing your business to do it.
Yeah, you actually, that was one last thing I was going to brush up on, was like, don't think this is like, so, I mean, you obviously have to do your fair share of work, but I love that you had the playbook, you had the verbiage, you had everything that I needed to set me up for success for this. And then on top of it, like, I got to make money. So I think what's really cool is not only, you know, am I able to do that through the Holistic Business Network, but then me as a practitioner, like if I want to offer my services, then I also have that leeway too. So it's just like one of those strategies of win-win, but that psychology of being in person with people, it just gives more of a comfort, because connection is so powerful. But that was, you literally, like, Q, I was on the same thought. I was like, oh my gosh, I should probably mention, like, you are set up for success. Like, it made it so much easier knowing that I had all of that. And then Michelle's always there. I don't know how you're always there, but you're always there. Like, if I'm like, hey, you know, I don't want to bother you, you're like, you're not a bother. And then, you know, even coming in person, because we live in the same area, but it's always like a hop, skip and a jump, where there's a phone call, there's a Zoom or something to support, where I always appreciated that too. Especially for my first event, I was a little like, but now that I know, in my first event, like execution wise, I'm like, okay, now I know. The next one, I'm just ready to see like how much more I can grow it. And that's the fun part too.
We're going to give Michelle the nationwide song. Michelle Fletcher's by your side.
That's a good one.
That is so funny. You guys are hilarious. Oh my goodness, this is so good. Well, I am so grateful for everyone that was able to come on, hear what, you know, we're all about. And if this is something you're considering, we would love to go down that road with you and see if you're a great fit and have you rocking it in your areas. Thank you so much. I will send you the recording, Kamisha, don't worry. We'll share that beginning with you. And then Larissa, your friend. Guys, little known fact, I'm also from England too, so big up England. I love it. Okay, thank you so much, Tatiana. I'll get you the recording too. I know you missed like the first maybe 20 minutes, but appreciate you all, and maybe we'll be connecting really soon, doing some great things around the world. Let me stop the recording.